Today is Monday, March the 1st. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. Okay, I'm not looking to make this long, and everybody knows every time I say that I jinx it, where it ends up being long. Gosh, I'm looking to cram some information into a short period of time because I know I've been missing. So I didn't do a daily thought on Friday, and I didn't do my regular Keeping It Real with Casey show over the weekend, which I was planning on doing sporting news or sport news. I usually get my sports news from sporting.com or sportingnews.com, whatever the website is, because they always have interesting sports stories. Oh boy. Where to start? Well, let me start here. KIRWKC.com. That is the main podcasting platform. Obviously, the podcast it's on several platforms. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on Google, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on Pandora, it's on Verbal, it's on whatever. I'm on I think 10 platforms now or something like that. And more than likely, the platforms are continuing to actually no. I'm on 16 platforms because I forgot. There was a distribution thing I did for Europe. But anyways, yeah, the podcast is easy to find. Keeping It Real with KC, KIRWKC. Social media platforms, KIRWKC. Let me jump into this. As for Friday, or no, I need to add even more context to it. Man, sinuses or something else. But that's okay. I'm thankful for another day anyway, sinuses and all. But that's not what was going on Friday. All right. For those of you who follow the show regularly, you know that I do tarot card readings now. That was something that was added to the show. When I did the general energy for the sign of Cancer, which is my astrological sign, I pulled out lots of things that were saying, hey, the energy for March is you're really going to have to take control of things. You're going to have a lot of options. You're going to have a lot of things up in the air in a good way. You just have to take control of it. And some of it might even seem overwhelming at times, yada, yada, yada. All of that stuff. If you want to know what that reading was, or that specific reading, you can go to it. It's the March 2021 tarot card energy reading for the sign of Cancer, if you just want to listen to it, which is fine, or watch the video on YouTube or Dailymotion. So far, that energy has proven to be correct. The way that things are moving into March, now that we're officially the first day of March, I have had to deal with contracts Friday and today already, which Friday was ending February. That was the 26th. And then right on the first day of March, I had to deal with more contracts. And it's all good, you know. I don't really want to go into details on some of this stuff because some people will feel like, oh, you're trying to flex. It's not like that at all. I'm going to tell you that I've had a lot of things on my mind. And just like everybody else on planet Earth, I am human. I have my moments where I get discouraged. I have to give myself a pep talk. I have to put on some music or put on something motivational or just to keep me going from time to time. I have my moments. One thing that has always kept me going is that the universe, when it does something, if you really just stand back and watch sometimes how stuff unfolds, how things happen, you're like, wow, really? That's okay. I see you. That's what happens sometimes, where you feel like if you pray or if you're asking the universe for something or you're just hoping for something, that when you don't get the answer that you want, or you don't get the answer as soon as you would like, because again, there's that thing called divine timing. It's called divine timing for a reason. When I had certain things going on, there were certain things I wanted. And I'm like, okay, this isn't happening fast enough. But over time, if things would have happened differently, it would have possibly affected the entire timeline of how things unfolded. If things would have happened differently, if one little thing would have happened differently, it could have thrown everything else out of whack. Meaning, if I got something I wanted before I was supposed to receive it in divine timing, it could have thrown everything else out of whack. And then you have those moments where you do plan and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I have a, like a sketch or something in my head where it's like, okay, I know I want to do this. I know I want to get to this destination, but I don't fully just have the roadmap yet. And even if I have the roadmap, I don't know if I have the right gas. I don't know if I have the right car. I don't know if I'm supposed to be taking the bus to get there or if I'm supposed to be flying on a plane or what. I don't know. I just know a there's a location, there's a destination. And I know that if I go east or if I go north, because that's what, following north, the North Star, which is hope, faith, renewal. For those, when it comes to tarot, the star card, hope, faith, and renewal. I know that there's something for me to follow, but I don't know what's on the way to getting there. I don't know fully how to get there step by step by step by step by step. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I see the star. I see the North Star. I know I need to go this direction to get to the goal. How will I get the things I need? Will I get the things I need? What do I need? It's called the Fool's Journey. And I brought this up before. In the tarot card deck, it starts at 0. There's 22 major arcana cards. It starts at 0. The Fool is 0. The Fool goes off on a journey, and the Fool throws caution to the wind. The Fool is like, hey, I just want to explore the world. I have an idea of kind of what I want to do, but I just want to go off on this journey. And I know I want to get somewhere. but I'm not fully sure how I'm going to get there. I just know that I'm going on this journey. And the thing about the Fool is the next card after the Fool. And for those who have heard me talk about this, you know the next card after the Fool is the Magician. The Magician was the one who was originally the Fool. The Magician collected everything that they needed to collect on their journey while they were the Fool. Because the Magician works with the four suits: the cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands. And the Magician collects all of that. And once the Magician has collected all of these things on their journey, or let me rephrase, once the Fool has collected all of these things on their journey, they become the Magician. They become the person who has the ability to make the impossible possible, because the Magician is the alchemist. The Magician can make something that's worthless valuable, and something that's valuable worthless, because the Magician is the alchemist. But the Magician would not have been able to become the Magician had they not been willing to go off on the journey as the Fool. And once the Magician becomes the Magician and begins to do magic, that's where things become interesting, because stuff happens. You're full on a journey. You gather what you need, and then all of a sudden magic starts to happen. And part of you're in awe, because when you first started your journey as the Fool, you were just collecting things. You're like, oh, I'm going to get the cups. Oh, okay, I got the cups on my journey. I'm still going. I'm going somewhere. I see the North Star. I'm headed towards the star. I know I want to get there. Don't know how, but on my journey, I collected the cups, and then I collect the wands, and so on and so forth. And then after all the stuff is collected, it gives you the ability to do magic. And even though you know you collected these things, even though you know you collected these things on the journey, when the magic starts to happen, when everything starts to come together, you're still kind of in awe. Like, wait, what? I worked this magic? Which really, it wasn't you, it was the universe. The universe sent you on a journey so you could gather everything that you need to work magic. The magic is obviously inside of you. I've said that before. But it never ceases to amaze me how one can be shocked when the magic happens, even though you were present for the journey to begin with. It wasn't like you weren't there on the journey. You went on the journey. You were there for all of it. You were there for the frustration. You were there for the tears. You were there for the hard work. You were there waiting for something to be different as you collected things. that were needed so you could become the magician. You were there for it all. And then when the magic happens, it's like, huh, okay, wow. And in addition to that, when the magic happens, you also, certain things in your life start to level up. And because certain things in your life start to level up, where you were very giving or not so much with boundaries, with restriction, when it comes to your time and your attention, now you have to be sparing. You can't let time be used without thought, where you're just giving your time without thought. Now you have to put thought in the things you give time to, into the people you give time to. You have to put thought in it, in those moments, because responsibilities that have been added to your plate due to the things you've been asking the universe for, those responsibilities have grown. I know that with what happened on Friday, I put in the work to get to that point. It wasn't like I just snapped my fingers and it happened. It didn't. The blessing that I received was something that, how many years? It was, oh gosh, probably 10 years in the making. Probably 10 years in the making, give or take. Because this is 2021. So yeah, probably 10 years in the making is what that was. And it's one of those things where you just after you've already made it over the finish line, which is the first of many finish lines, but this is a major finish line, especially when it comes to things that you think about. You're thinking, you have plans, and you already know for some part of your plan that the other part can't come together without the first part. So after you cross the finish line with the first part of your plan, now it's on to the other stuff. Now it's off to the races to bring the rest of the plan together. I had to relax this weekend. I was about to pick up the camera and start recording. I was about to, but I didn't, because I I didn't want to let my mind go into the show just yet because my mind was on so many other things, which my mind still is on other things. Because as I said before, there's so many things coming at me right now, mostly in a good way. I probably say about 90-10. 10% is like, oh, but the other 90% of stuff that's coming at me is coming at me in a good way. And that's not bad. 90% of the chaos in your life that's due to good things, that's not bad. You know, the other 10% is due to just, I'm not even going to go into that. I'm going to stay out of that low frequency energy. But that's why I didn't do my show Friday or the weekend. I actually have made the decision with my other podcast. I'm not doing it as often for my other one. This one, I still want to continue doing my daily thought, which is a supplement to Keeping It Real with KC. Keeping It Real with KC is a weekend show. My daily thought is a supplement to it, along with all the other supplements. My goal is to continue doing the tarot card readings. My goal is to continue doing the My Daily Thoughts. My goal is to continue doing the Keeping It Real with KC show. There will be days sometimes, or a weekend sometime, where I'm like, okay, I need to take a step back. Because certain things, certain responsibilities require my attention. And I had to make a choice between my two shows. It was either my morning show or my afternoon show. And I chose to cut back on my morning show for my other channel. Because a lot more has flourished on the Keeping It Real with KC show. And I really enjoy this show a lot. I enjoy this podcast a lot. So that's why I'm still sticking with it. My gut, my intuition is telling me to stick with the Keeping It Real with KC show and not cut back as drastically as I did on my other podcast. But yeah, I was taking a break. I was taking a break in planning, in doing some things, and also taking in the blessing, or blessings, I should say. Taking in the blessings is what I was doing. That's what was going on. So yeah, I'm still floored. And one day I will tell everyone what happened. But it was something really, really amazing. It was something really, really amazing. And it's little moments like that where I feel like the universe is saying, hey, I do hear you. Where God is saying, I hear you. I have faith in you. You need to have faith in yourself. And that's what I'm telling to anybody listening to this, anybody watching this. If you are hoping for a breakthrough, if you're praying for a breakthrough, and you're like, am I being heard? Don't be surprised if something happens, something magical. And then after that something magical happens, you might step back and look and see that you were the fool off on a journey. You may not have even known that you were on a journey. Some people don't even know that they're on a journey. They're going towards something. They don't know that they're going towards something. They see the star, the North Star in the sky, but they don't know they're going towards it. But after something magical happens, if you step back and take a look of everything that happened before that, you'll see that the universe was sending you to get your cups, to get your wands, to get your swords, to get your pentacles, so you could become the magician and have all the tools you needed to make magic happen. And that's what I have for my daily thought. That's why I've been gone for a few days. And I hope to make more magic happen. Because, like I said, me crossing the finish line for one thing, that was just the beginning. I still have other things. And if God, the universe, the source, energy, the one, Allah, Yahweh, Goddess, whatever you want to call it, if God made what happened for me on Friday happen with ease, it was with ease. That's what blew me away. That's what made it so magical. It was with ease that it happened. As if I didn't have to do anything in that moment. I don't want to say an out-of-body experience. I'm just like, wow, wait, what? Stuff, so, when something amazing happens so fast, and then it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm telling you, one of my favorite songs is from the Whitney Houston Cinderella, Impossible. Impossible things are happening every day. Am I saying that everything will always work out? No. No, it won't. I'm not going to lie to you. What I will say is that impossible things are happening every day. What I will say is that you may be a fool on a journey and you may not even realize it right now. You're on your journey to become the magician. The universe wants you to become the magician so you can work your magic. You may not even realize it right now. And when the magic happens, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be shocked. That's what I will say. So that's my daily thought. That's where KC has been. KC has been absorbing, taking in the blessings that have happened, and also planning for the next step of things that need to be done and preparing to maintain what has now been put on the plate. So yeah, thank you to all who have been listening and supporting the show. I sincerely appreciate it. Until next time, be blessed.